YouTube world, it's your girl Kimberly in the kitchen cooking. Alright, you guys know last Wednesday I went to IKEA for the grand opening, and oh my god, of course it was the best day ever. So that same day I posted a video showing you guys basically my level of excitement after I went to the grand opening. And I also cooked in my brand new IKEA griller. Once again, a beautiful piece of equipment. Love this griller. I have been using it on a regular basis. It's a beautiful thing, okay? Love it, love it, love it. So today, well, when I posted the video, I actually cooked some chicken breasts with bell peppers and onions that same day in the griller. Today, I was like, I want something light, something good, something healthy. So I thought, why not make me some fajitas, chicken fajitas in my brand new IKEA grilla. So that's what I'm going to do. The chicken breast that I cooked, I had some left over. So this is basically what I had left over. And all I did was I took the chicken breast, took my little handy dandy knife here, and I just cut it in slices like this. Just slice like that. Okay? And I'm putting it in the skillet. I got my skillet on. Let's go ahead and turn this on. That will be helpful for cooking. It's on medium heat is what I have my griller on. And I'm just going to slice the long way, the chicken breast, into kind of medium slices, less, you know, so I can just get a good chunk of meat, but not too big. So it's about that thick, not super thick, okay? And this is just an easy way to make fajitas in general. And let me get my, I've been using my spatula like every day also that I got from IKEA. So right now, okay, great. It was in the dishwasher, which means it got washed because of recent usage. So we're going to keep cutting this. I'm just going to do like 1/2 of this chicken breast. We're going to keep cutting this chicken breast up. And if you notice, look at my griller. I'm actually just putting the chicken on one side of the griller. And in just one quick second, I will explain to you why. I'm going to keep cutting this chicken. Almost done here. And the long slices. Oh, it still looks good and smells good. And this is my homemade fajita, chicken fajita, in my IKEA griller that I am going to make for my lunch today. Because I'm hungry. I got my sweet potatoes in the oven cooking. I got my brown rice already cooked. So in the meantime, I'm going to put on some baked chicken. But while that's cooking, I'm going to eat something for right now. Okay, so we got the chicken in there that I cooked the other day. Slice that up. This is personal preference. You don't have to do that. I put a little olive oil in my skillet just for my own personal reasons. You don't have to do that. Of course, this is a non-stick griller from IKEA, so it doesn't require oil. But I just chose to put it in there just to moisten up the chicken a little bit because I did cook it a few days ago. Then I'm going to take my other favorite spice outside of, where is this at? Okay, there we go. Outside of my Goya spice, I'm going to take my cumin and freshen up my chicken that I cooked the other day by sprinkling some cumin on here. So let's do that. Give it some more flavor. Alright, we got the cumin down. Now I cut up some fresh onions and yellow bell pepper that I'm going to put in here. Let's go ahead and get that going. Take my spatula. Kind of stir this up some. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so you guys can hear that amazing sizzle. And this is, I mean, if you've ever had a fajita, you understand why this is going to be like an amazing meal. But if you've ever made fajitas at home, you understand why this is even going to be a more amazing meal, because you're making it at home. And, you know, what better food quality taste can you get besides cooking at home? Which is actually what I prefer. I'm a 5-star chick. I love going out to high-end restaurants, but I also love cooking at home. I love it. I mean, you don't get the same quality and taste when you go out to a restaurant than if you were at the house cooking. You're going to get it on a different level because you're cooking it. Then I have my Ultra Grain Aztecs wraps that I'm going to use. You can use whatever brand you want to, but because I'm eating healthy, I'm using multi-grain. Now, there's oil on this side of the pan, and as you can see and listen, that's some good cooking right there. So I'm going to take my wraps, and I'm going to just do one, and I'm going to lay it in the griller like this. You guys can see that, and I'm going to let that brown. Depending on how you like yours, some people just like to put it in, flip it over, take it out, immediately put the meat on there or whatever toppings they're going to put on theirs. But I personally like to get mine kind of brown. So we got that cooking. And again, look at that. Oh my goodness. It looks so good, you guys. That cumin, I can't get enough of that. And if I had have thought about this earlier while I was out today, I would have actually gotten me some rosemary and thrown that in here to give this a little bit more of a different flavor. It doesn't have to taste like your standard restaurant fajitas. This could taste like however you choose it to taste like. So, you know, whatever you think you want your taste to be about that day when you're making wraps, make it whatever you want. Some people like the taste that's standard to restaurants. Other people like a more spicier taste, but not so much of a Mexican taste. So it's just up to you how you want to do your fajita. But this is how I'm doing mine. I'm also going to put, once this is all ready, I'm going to just sprinkle a little of my mozzarella cheese, which is Fit Active, low-calorie mozzarella cheese. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that in the wrap and a little bit on top just to give it a nice effect. So we're going to take this. I'm going to just turn it around a little bit in the pan. Check that, see how that looks. And plus, the beauty about my IKEA Grilla is that it's going to put the grill marks on the fajita wrap, which is also a different look than you may see in the restaurant. You don't get that grilled look on the actual wrap. So that's going to be a benefit to me just because it looks pretty. And if you notice, there's a lot of meat in here that I've cut up and a lot of bell pepper in here. Does not need to be in one wrap. I'm actually going to make 2 wraps out of this. So it's enough meat for 2 physical wraps, not just one. Because the wrap is about enjoying the taste of the food. And I'm not the one who wants to eat a wrap and then all the stuff is falling off the wrap the first time I bite into it. I want to get an even layer of steak or chicken or whatever you have in your wrap. I want to have an even layer of that and be able to enjoy the wrap and not have everything to fall out of my wrap. So this amount of meat and onions and bell pepper that I have in here is for 2 wraps. So let's look at this side. Now that's a good crisp on there. That's pretty decent. So we're going to turn it over and we're going to let the other side brown. Again, you don't see me adding any more oil to this. Again, this is an IKEA griller. You don't have to put oil in the skillet. I only put it in there specifically so my meat can have a little moisture to it. Plus, olive oil will give it a little more taste. So that's why I added that in there. So I'm going to keep warming this up. And this, I'm basically just warming this chicken up, again, that I cooked the other day. And now I'm going to multitask with my chicken breast that I cooked and make me some fajitas. And that's what we're doing right now. You guys come to St. Louis, make sure you stop by our local IKEA store down on 64 and Vandevender in St. Louis. You're going to have a great time. The food was amazing. I love the Swedish pancakes that they had for breakfast. And I'm definitely going down there to check out the dinner and the lunch. And I'm just happy that IKEA is in St. Louis because we needed a local store. And it's perfect to have. Plus, the prices are really good. A lot of people think that IKEA is extremely expensive. I've been to IKEA a long time ago at a different out-of-state location, and I knew then the prices were perfect. You know, they're in the budget of reason. You can get wine glasses for 79 cents. You can get really nice plates for $2.79 or $2.69. So they have very reasonable prices. So don't get, you know, scared or intimidated by the fact that you think IKEA is so expensive, because actually it's really reasonable prices within the store. So let's turn this over. We're going to flip that one more time on that wrap. If you notice, the wrap will start to kind of bubble up on the sides sometimes, and sometimes in the middle. It'll get a little puffy, and that's okay. It's just browning. It's just browning a little bit more, so that's fine. All right, so now I like the way that that looks. So what we're going to do now, while this is still in the skillet, I'm sorry, in my Grilla from IKEA, I'm going to take a little bit of my mozzarella cheese, and I'm going to sprinkle it right down the center of my wrap and a little bit over to one of the sides of the wrap while it's in the skillet, which will assist in the cheese actually melting. All right, let's sprinkle a little bit more. Oh my goodness, it looks so good, you guys. All right, now let's take our spatula and let's go ahead and pull some of the meat out that has the bell pepper. I sliced bell pepper in there the long way. My onion also the long way. You guys can see that. And we're just going to go ahead and put some of the meat right here in the wrap. Hope you guys can see that okay. And honestly, you know, like I said, I don't like a lot in my wrap, so I'm really not putting that much in there. I'm just going to put just enough to have some to take a full bite when I'm actually eating the wrap. And while it's in my, now I'm not suggesting that you guys do this, but I'm doing this because I have this high tolerance for heat. Don't do this because you can burn yourself. This is based on just how I want to cook it and how I want to wrap it. I'm wrapping it while it's still in the skillet, rolling it over like this. A nice tight roll. I'm going to push that down a little bit. I'm going to take my spatula and I'm going to pick that up. And there is a perfect homemade chicken wrap in my IKEA Grilla. I'm going to put that in my plate. Take a little bit more of my mozzarella cheese. And we're just going to sprinkle some on top just for the effect of it all. And now my lunch is ready. All right, you guys, I love you. I hope you enjoy my videos, enjoy my cooking sessions. And I'm just a normal person just eating a great, great meal. All right, you guys, enjoy. Come to St. Louis, visit IKEA, and you too can get you a nice Grilla. Make sure you subscribe. Love you guys.